planner friends, Julie Deal Mooney here, just getting ready to do a two-part series on setting up my Hobonichi weeks. And so this part is the first part. I am going to update the cover of my Hobonichi weeks. I currently have a piece of paper in there from June, and I'm going to update it to July. So I'm going to pull out my stencils that I keep in the front pocket, and I'm going to put my stickers for my July kit out of the way, and I'm going to go ahead and take my Hobonichi Weeks out of the plastic cover that I have for it that I got at Jet Pens, and I'm going to save this piece of paper because it is the perfect size, so I'm going to use it for a template. So I have two pieces of vellum to consider. The one on the left is Glamour and the one on the right is UV Ultra. I decided to use the UV Ultra. It's thicker and has a little more structure to it. For this project, you do want to use vellum instead of regular paper, because in putting the washi down, you have to put it down and then peel it back up. And because the vellum has plastic on it, it will not tear the way regular paper will. So it's good to use vellum. You could try it with regular paper. I never actually have, just because I happen to have a bunch of vellum in my craft room. So I'm just trimming the paper down to size, and then I am going to put it on my craft mat, lining it up with the 45-degree angle that is already pre-printed on my craft mat, just so that I can keep my washi at a 45-degree angle. The other thing that I do is I line up my washi on one side of my project, and so that way I don't have to think about what washi goes next. They're just kind of in a line, and that makes it easy. So the first part of the process is just to put the washi down on the vellum and leave a little bit of a space in between. I would say about a 1/16 of an inch or so. And so you just put the washi down at an angle. I choose 45. You could do any angle you wanted. I'm kind of all soldiers in a row, and 45-degree angles work for me. So the washi that I am using, a lot of the bigger washi is from the July 2020 Cocoa Daisy kit. The one with the map on it is from the July 19 Cocoa Daisy kit. And then the skinny washi and the green washi is from just some stash that I had at my house. I'm not even sure where I got the washi from. I can tell you that the washi from my stash is a little bit cheap and it's not very sticky, which if you have washi that's not very sticky, it's not that you can't use it. I'm just telling you it's going to be a little more frustrating. Another thing is that using the skinny washi makes it take longer. This project, all in all, took me about an hour to, a little over an hour to finish in real life. And so usually if I'm doing this, I just put on a podcast or an audiobook, and I just sit there, and it's a very peaceful sort of thing. I just peel up the washi and I tape it back down. So I don't mind doing it, and I really like the way the finished product looked. So it's very much something that I don't mind doing because I like the way it looks when I'm finished with it. But if you were going to try it for the first time, I would definitely suggest not using the skinny washi. Christine Bryant, who I got this idea from, and she has a video that is linked below if you'd like to check out her video, recommends only using 3 or 4 washis. I used 7 different washis in this one. The first time that I did it, I think I used 4. And I don't know that I see, just keeping up with what washi you need to be putting down is the major problem if you use more than 3 or 4. And I have to admit, if you look in the upper right quadrant as I get finished with this project, I did forget to put the fish washi in. I think I may have used the bubble washi twice instead of, or I may have just left I think I just left it out. So it does look slightly different, but once you get all this woven washi going on, there's a lot going on, so it's kind of difficult to notice if you're missing something. So um, once I got all of the washi put down, then I peeled up every other washi and put down my first piece of washi going the other direction. Once I got that piece of washi down, I peeled up the opposite pieces of washi and put the next set down. And that's essentially what you do over and over and over again. You just peel up the washi, every other washi, and you put down a piece. And then you peel up the opposite set of every other washi and you put down another piece. And so you keep doing this. Um, and I'm going to say this again, I highly recommend watching Christine's video because she does not do it exactly like this. She kind of starts with a section, whereas opposed to me putting all of the washi down um, in one direction. I think she puts just a section of washi down. It's all kind of the same thing once you know, get into it. I mean, you know, you're doing the same thing. You're going to cover the whole page before it's all over with. Um, but this is kind of just how I do it. I would say the first 3 or 4 times that I did this, I went back and watched her video because it just helped me to remember what I was doing and how I was doing it. And so I just fast forwarded because, you know, while it is a little peaceful to do it yourself, it might be a little tedious to watch it on video. So now I'm just doing the bottom half of it, and it's the exact same process as I did for the top half. And so I am just peeling more washi. I really do like how the skinny washi looks in this, and I feel like it was worth the effort. And if you are willing to spend the time to do it, and you have some skinny washi that you like and you think would coordinate, I say go for it. And I really like all the blues and greens in this kit. And I did this exact same thing, the whole woven washi thing, in my A5 planner, but I used a little bit different set of washi. And I really that's what made me decide to do this, was because I liked it so much. I just thought, I want to do this again. And so when I looked at it again, I don't think I used the white washi in the one that I did in my planner. I think it was just the blues and the greens, and I think I did more of a lime green, whereas this is kind of more of a mid-level green that I added to it. And so there we go. I am almost done. I'm putting down the last little pieces to cover up the corner, and that's it. Everything is down. So I just press it all down so that when I get ready to cut it, I want to make sure that I cut it in the right place. So I was using my fingernail to figure out where that side of the Glamour or the UV Ultra paper was. And so now I'm just taking a straight edge, and because I lined it up with the lines on my cutting mat, it's very easy to figure out where the bottom and the left hand cut needs to go. So I just cut that, and I make sure that I do a nice deep cut, that I get all the way through the washi. And same thing with the left hand side. I'm just going to cut down the side there, and then I think the washi was just, I felt like I needed to get it up, and I'll tell you, that was just kind of more sticky on my fingers than I really wanted to get into, but it is what it is. It kind of felt like a kid in a sandbox that doesn't like the sand on their fingers. I did not like the way that washi felt on my fingers. It got kind of tactile, weird, and gross at that moment. So I did peel it up and cut off the last edge. I wouldn't recommend doing that until you were on the last little bit, just because if you peel up 2 sides, I don't know, it might tear, what's the word? Drag the washi a little bit if you pull up 2 sides like that. So when I went to go put it on my Hobonichi Weeks, I realized that my template was a little bit too big, and so I just turned it over, and I tried it in the plastic cover just to make sure, because the plastic cover is slightly bigger than the actual planner. but it was. So I trimmed off a little piece. I just eyeballed that. And so then when I went to put it into the plastic cover, the first side worked great. The second side kept getting stuck. The washi kept peeling up. You can't really see it because I pulled it off film because I was trying to fix it. But the washi would peel up and get stuck to that clear plastic. And so here I am going in and taking what my friend Mary Kay calls clear washi, just some Scotch tape, and I just put that over the top of the side that was getting stuck, and you really can't see it at all now that it's done. And it was the back side as well. So that worked to be able to get it into the cover. And I futz with it a little bit. I used a bone folder just to, you know how Scotch tape looks frosty sometimes. I just wanted that. I didn't want it to look frosty. So I'm putting my Hobonichi Weeks planner back into the cover, and then I'll grab my pen that matches it, and it looks fabulous. I'm so excited. My cover is done. You can see it matches one of the washis that I used in there. And so that is the first part of setting up my Hobonichi for July 2020. And so I hope you join me for the second part where I set up my monthly and my weekly pages. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.